Gary Nease with you, and we're going to be talking about St. Bonaventure athletics academic style for the next few minutes. And Donnie Moffat, who is, of course, one of the people in charge of the athletic department's academics program, is with us. And Donnie, first off, happy Thanksgiving, but let's get into this. This is a very important part because you are half of the student athlete.
Yes, I feel as though I can play a very important role, as well as our staff downstairs. We truly want to care for our student athletes. And again, the student does come first. And obviously we want to support them on and off the field in the best way we can. So in any way we can possibly do that, with helping them study, helping them with time management, little things like that, course scheduling, things of that nature. We're there in the best way we possibly can to make sure, obviously, the academics are good, but we can support them on the field as well.
All right. With the program now, my first association with the academic part of this job was about 25 years ago when they built the lab downstairs in Riley Center. And that was a game changer for most of the student athletes here at St. Bonaventure.
Yes, it truly is a space that we can utilize for our student athletes to not only just kind of be a place where they can talk to us about whatever they need, any issues they may have, but it's a good space for them to go down there and to get their work done, study for their exams, and also have small collaboration with their teammates or any other student athletes that they may be in group projects with. So we've updated the space down there with some furniture that's kind of allows it to be more of a lounging-ish area with some couches and some chairs down there, as well as our computer systems that we have that students can log into and work on what they need to do, print from there as well. So it's really a one-stop shop, honestly, for them to be able to do that. And having myself, Beth Friedman and Kelly Barnes, our GA down there, all in one space, it's easy for them to ask questions and not have to go to a different building and or really anywhere else other than the Riley Center to get their academic needs sorted out with us.
All right. Now, are you kind of a liaison between the student and the professors? Is it something that they can funnel things through you and you talk to the professors? Is there a situation with that you do?
Yeah. So we are in the grandiose of things. We are definitely more of a liaison, myself and my staff. We like to be a part of any conversation that involves asking questions with professors, but we do want our students to self-advocate. We definitely want them to lead the charge in that sense, CC us on emails, or even a part of a meeting after class or a meeting during office hours. I mean, we'd be happy to be a part of that. But again, we definitely are the liaison. If there is any questions, concerns about travel or about an injury that may have happened, and hey, I'm going to be missing class on Tuesday because I have a doctor's appointment. We're also involved in that too, but it kind of leads back to where we want our students to self-advocate for themselves and kind of lead that charge, be able to talk to their professors and feel comfortable talking to their professors, and but knowing that we are right behind them in all situations possible.
All right, with the program, again, you have a staff. You've got 400 student athletes here on campus. You've got, 3 people that are handling 400 student athletes on campus? I can imagine it can be a little busy at times.
Yes, it can, but that's a good thing. We like it to be busy because we want our student athletes to know that we do truly care about what they are doing, whatever major whether you're a bio major or a communications major, I mean, all in between. We want to make sure that obviously they're all taken care of the best way that they possibly can and the way that we know how. And we're there as a resource, not only academically to help them with the time management piece or helping them with study skills, things like that, but just to kind of be someone there that they can talk to about life at home. Show us pictures of your dog, like, hey, my family came into town this weekend and it was awesome to see them. It's like we want them to feel comfortable talking to us about just anything in life too. And really just, lack of a better term, just to be a friend to them, and make them feel comfortable about whatever they want to talk with us. And obviously academics is a big piece of what we talk about during our meetings. But I mean, we love hearing about, how's it going on the court? How's it going on the field? Like we want to hear about that. We want to hear about the good, and as much as we don't want to hear about the bad, I mean, there's going to be parts of that too. So whether when they feel comfortable talking to us and we can live in their accomplishments and they can feel confident saying, hey, I just got a 95 on my bio exam. I studied for 7 straight days for 3 hours a day, and I feel so great about that. It's just like, yes, I can feel confident and be successful with you in that moment, and that for us is really, really important, and why we're so happy to do what we do, and not including myself. And I know Beth and Kelly can say the exact same things.
All right. Not only do you talk the talk, you walk the walk. Being a student athlete here at St. Bonaventure, of course, played for the baseball program for several years. Talk about your experience starting out as a freshman and now to your position today.
It's definitely crazy to say. If you would have told me my freshman year that I would have never left St. Bonaventure once I started, I would have told you you're lying. But when I started out as a freshman here, and the support that I had downstairs in that exact same office was incredible for me, because any 18-year-old coming to a place that you're not comfortable with, it can be scary, and I completely understand where some of our student athletes can feel that, and it's where we can be a resource to them to feel comfortable and knowing that they have someone to ask questions about, whether they think it's a big question or a small question. We want them to feel comfortable about that and feel as though that they are supported in that realm. So, with that being said, the 4 years I had here with that support and going through the couple of positions that I've had here at St. Bonaventure into now this position here, I'm not that much older than them. I like to say that I am getting old, but for me, it's a way for me to relate to them and say, listen, I was your age. I was a freshman. I was a sophomore. I did feel these feelings that you're feeling right this very second, and this is how I did it. Now I know everybody's different. Everybody operates their own way, but I like to at least help along the way in the best way that I know how, and lead them in directions if there's someone that might have a better understanding of how to handle with mental health or handle physical health better than I can. I can lead them in the right direction, and that's kind of where I feel as though I'm a part of everybody's story in a way. And if after 4 years, I see them walk across the stage and they come back and say, thank you for everything you've done for me, I feel as though that's a win for me. And that's what I strive to do every single day.
Well, we're talking about a winning program here, but when you look at the statistics that come out at the end of each semester, the student athletes, and I've seen this for many, many years now, student athletes have a higher grade point average than the general population at St. Bonaventure. So obviously this program and the initiative of the student athlete themselves, very successful here.
Yeah, and it truly is a remarkable thing for us, because the amount of time that student athletes take away, not only with academics, with studying, but with practice and lifting, and just the extracurricular pieces of each of their sports is very time consuming compared to the regular student body. So, it's hats off to all of our student athletes and all of our teams across the board that continue to strive and do well in the classroom. And again, it's as much as we like to say that we can be a part of that and help them along the way. It's all on the student athletes and them wanting to be successful, and even the coaching staffs pushing their student athletes to be better, not only on the field but in the classroom. Because having a good GPA, especially a good team GPA and overall department GPA, it's really good to see around campus. And this past semester we had just over a 3.3 GPA, and every year we're hoping to get a little bit higher, and those are goals that we have downstairs and across the board. And at some point, if we could get a 3.5 maybe this upcoming semester, I think we got a good chance. But we're happy with any improvement that we see every single year with our student athletes. And we want our student athletes to be the students that they are. We're never going to force a C student to be an A student. That's not fair on our end. But we want them to be the students that they are, but maybe just a little bit better, and push them to be better in ways that they didn't know that they could. And again, seeing that in them and growing as an individual every single day. That's why we do our jobs.
All right. Many programs that you were involved with used to be just basically a tutoring thing, or guidance. If they want to ask a question, well, here's where you go. Here's what you can do. now you're developing programs for these student athletes that they can follow. And some of the examples, the Bob Lanier Literacy Program. Talk a little bit about that.
So our that program involves going to local libraries within the community, Olean and Allegheny, as well as some at Portville too in the past. So we like to bring student athletes there and hand out books, but also just be able to read to our local communities. And I know, like, our student athletes, I mean, they're looked up to in a lot of ways with the younger community around here. I mean, they know there's a Division I university in town, and when they see a student athlete that they look up to, whether it be soccer, basketball, baseball, softball, I mean, whatever sport they're into, I mean, it's a really cool piece that we can add into the community for our student athletes to be a part of, and just allow for the younger students in our in this area to be a part and feel like they're a part of something within the university.
All right. Career connections and preparation. Now, this obviously is very important if you are graduating. You're a senior. You're maybe even in your junior year. You're now looking at, I've got one more year to play my sport and get my degree, and then what do I do? And that's the big question. And this is where you come in and a lot of other people on campus.
Yes, and for us, this is one of the bigger components that we like to look at for especially our seniors and juniors too, because as much as all of us would love to play professionally someday, I mean, I know a lot of our student athletes have aspirations to do that, but it's not always in the cards for us, and we know that, and I know most of them know that too. But as much as we would like for them to do that, obviously we can't run as fast anymore. We can't jump as high, throw as far anymore. So it's being ready for the real world after that. And that's working with our Career and Professional Readiness Center, because as much as we have connections within the athletic world and other connections we have through professors, they have a lot of connections outside the realm that we may not be able to have hands on. So working with them during every single year with our seniors so that they can build the right resumes, have the right cover letters, be ready for an interview, whether that be back home or across the country or even across the world. Like, it's just little things that we can help with to strive to allow for them to get to where they want to go in whatever career path that they decide.
All right. Any other programs that you have, I mean, for the betterment and maybe sometimes just like a wellness hour or a happy hour type thing where they can sit down and basically market or relax or talk about different things? Do you have any social type programs you use for the students?
Yes, we do. And we call those Wellness Wednesdays. We have those a few times a month. And what basically those involve is just basically a chance for our student athletes to just unwind and just kind of not let your brain think for a little bit, just kind of have like an ice cream social, arts and crafts, just little things that just allow for them to almost feel like a kid, but also just to connect with other student athletes on campus in a way that's not in the weight room or in the classroom, but rather just in an activity standpoint. So that's during our common hours during Wednesday, obviously with it being Wellness Wednesday, and it's been picking up a lot of traction, and it's a good way for our student athletes that we feel as though that they deserve this time with all the hard work they put in practice and in the classroom, that our staff can give back and just be like, hey, come on in, let's have a good time and enjoy yourself during this hour here, and just to breathe for a minute, So, and that's a lot of operation with our SAC team too. They're a fantastic group. That's also led by our GA, Kelly Barnes. And those are our advocates for our student athletes on campus. And they help facilitate a lot of what is run in those Wellness Wednesdays, as well as our other things that we run on student-wide campus events as well. And supporting student athletes is a big thing for us too. So I know we just finished up our soccer seasons here a little while ago, and we're now in full swing into basketball and swim and dive too. So it's really more just supporting our student athletes in any way possible, because I mean, for me, when I was a student athlete, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see people on the hill on the baseball field, and same thing for lacrosse and basketball and soccer's and all across the realm here of what we have, even on the golf course. It's having the support of other student athletes around you is kind of what the SAC does, but also kind of what our department really strives to do.
Yeah, in the social aspect, because all the time you spend in the classroom and studying and all the practice time you have to do, sometimes there's not a whole lot of time for social. and obviously that is something it's a part of your 4 years at St. Bonaventure. You know, and you get a class of 400 or 500 people. You might know 6 or 7 in your class. So without these social programs.
Yeah, it's definitely a big piece of what we're striving to do here. And yes, you have your teammates that you're with almost every single day, but it is truly a remarkable thing that we're trying to do, and seeing the support that all of our student athletes are giving their fellow student athletes, whether they've never picked up a lacrosse ball or a lacrosse stick in their entire lives, they're still out there and supporting their fellow student athletes and being one with them and living through them on the hill, cheering them on. So it's really remarkable to see every single year, and I think it's growing every single year too. And with our student athletes having nearly 400 of them, I mean, there's no shortage of that to really give the support that everybody needs.
All right. With the program, do you see any new programs coming in? I know you're constantly looking for new things to better the job that your staff and you do.
You know, that's at the point where we're kind of right now. What we have is kind of what we're running with. There is still talks of what we might do in the future, and what we're trying to accomplish, again, every day is to make sure that all student athletes are taken care of and are given the opportunities that they need equally in every way, shape, and form. And who knows, during a SAC meeting, during a Wellness Wednesday, a student athlete might say, hey, I think this would be beneficial for our student athletes. I mean, we're an open book. We're open to listening to new ideas. But, I mean, what we have right now is kind of set in stone, but we're always open to grow and give our student athletes the best D1 experience, best college experience, and just the best overall Bona experience that we possibly can.
All right. Well, Donnie, it's been great talking with you for the past few minutes. Continued success with this program. I mean, this is fantastic. The numbers keep getting better and better. I know that you want to see it improve every semester.
Absolutely. And I appreciate your time. Thank you for having me. And looking forward to having a great rest of the semester here and another year overall.
All right. We'll see you on the golf course.
Will do. Can't wait.